And guess what? I wouldn't trade you guys for anything. My name is Mitchell Renz. You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. Now, Raider Nation, let's get into some high-quality Raiders news, because that's what we do here. We break down news, I break down rumors, then I got a fun little segment for you guys coming up next. The first rumor, though, I'm going to hop into, and it's a good one because, well, guess what, guys? A lot of stuff happened this weekend. I don't know if you know that, and in case you live underneath a rock, well, Khalil Mack was traded. Now, I don't know about you, I was unbelievably surprised to see Khalil Mack get traded, and I woke up from a text from my buddy, shout out to Travis. He's like, yo, did Khalil Mack really get traded? And I was like, damn, I can't believe this actually happened. I was more shocked, and believe me, I woke up next to way, way worse things, believe me. But now, Khalil Mack said that he was unbelievably surprised to be a Bear, right? So his quote was literally, I was definitely shocked. But Mack also had this to say, I was definitely surprised, but it's kind of, okay, word, what time is my flight? And then, ultimately, this is just one of those things that it kind of happened spur of the moment, and I think it kind of took the Raiders off guard a little bit, and apparently it took Khalil Mack and definitely Derek Carr off guard. The next bit of news I got for you guys coming up on the board here, it's Brandon LaFell, and, well, the Raiders traded for another guy that's over 30 years old. Brandon LaFell is 31 years old, and he's coming over from the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, interesting signing here. This one happened literally a few hours ago. The Raiders are signing former Bengals wide receiver Brandon LaFell to a one-year deal with some upside. There was a need after Martavis Bryant was released. LaFell was released by the Bengals this offseason. The 31-year-old spent the last 2 seasons as the number 2 receiver in Cincinnati, compiling 1,410 yards on 96 catches and 9 total touchdowns. Now, Raider Nation, here is our depth chart at the moment. Amari and Jordy are the 2 main guys, and Seth's going to be working out of the slot. They have still yet to put Brandon LaFell actually officially on the depth chart, but he's going to be playing behind Amari Cooper, and he's probably going to be splitting some time with a guy like Seth Roberts. Now, this is our depth chart. What do you guys think? Okay, grade the Raiders wide receivers right now. If you think it's an A, give me a heart. If you think it's a B, give me a thumbs up. If you think it's a C, wow face. Or if you think it's a D and F, well, that's a laughing face. Guys, what's going on? You guys are a smart group of people. You guys always hit me up, especially Hungry 420 and his son, Young Hungry. Shout out to you guys. And if you guys want to challenge me on FanDuel, that's what I need you to do. I need you to go on FanDuel.com/chatsports. Got it? FanDuel.com/chatsports. You're going to put down $5, and then we're going to give you 20 for free. And then if you want to challenge me for free all season long, you're going to slide on into my DMs at MitchellRenz365 and say, hey, Mitch, get at me. Bring it, Raider Nation. Okay, the next bit of news I got for you guys coming up on the board here, Marcell Ateman, he makes the practice squad, and him and 6 other players did as well, but Ateman's the guy that I really want to concentrate on because Ateman was one of my winners after the preseason. So also on that list is Blacknell, Paul Butler, shout out to my friend Paul, Jason Cabinina, Daniel Levitt, Gabe Wright, and then Ryan Yurchek. So these are guys who they're adding on the practice squad, and the Raiders, well, you can have 10 players in total on the practice squad, and it's safe to say that they're probably going to add more guys, but the reason why I really like that they kept Ateman is because, again, Martavis on the move. I'm not totally sold on a guy like Seth Roberts, and Ateman I thought looked pretty good in that last preseason game, 4 catches for 34 yards. So ultimately, if Ateman's a guy that we can rely on, especially in the red zone, because he's a big-time receiver. He's tall, so red zone options for the Raiders I think is something that we really need to look into. Guys, if you're new to the show, I have a Raiders Rumors scale, and you guys can follow me on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. But for you guys who are the diehards who watch the show all the time, yeah, you guys might not need this. But for the new guys, because guess what? It's a new season. Here is my Raiders Rumors scale. 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that. This rumor, not going to happen. 1 Chucky head is a small shred of truth, 25% chance of happening. 2 Chuckies, people are talking, 50-50. 3 Chucky heads, pretty likely. I like to think of 75% chance of happening. 4 Chucky heads, believe it, baby. 100% this rumor is going to happen. And the first rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board here, AJ McCarron. He's going to be the backup quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. Well, guys, this is 4 Chucky heads. Believe it, baby. And why is it a believe it, baby? Because, well, there's nobody else there. It's literally just AJ McCarron and Derek Carr. And when that's the case, I mean, we cut EJ Manuel. We cut Connor Cook. So then guess who it is? It's AJ McCarron. He's going to be the backup for a guy like Derek Carr. And we're going to owe him $900 in base salary in 2018. We know Gruden was not happy with Connor Cook and EJ Manuel, and he even had a quote that said, hey, do we have a backup quarterback on our roster? Gruden said, I don't know. And then guess what? Literally a few days later, both guys are cut, and it's now AJ McCarron. So when you're looking at a guy like McCarron, hey, as long as he doesn't play, because that means Carr's in the game, that's what I want to see all season long. Now, guys, AJ McCarron, backup quarterback, got it, okay? But Jon Gruden is absolutely falling in love, and it's my next rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board, and it's a wide receiver, and it's Keon Hatcher. And, well, Hatcher balled out in the 4th preseason game, coming up with 8 catches for 128 yards. And believe it or not, I'm going to give this one 4 Chucky heads because Gruden absolutely loves this guy. An undrafted free agent a year ago out of Arkansas and has ultimately been pretty productive, I think, this preseason. And, well, this is ultimately, again, a good story to see. Now, Hatcher absolutely deserved to make the team. And from the sounds of this, like, Gruden is keen on using him in important situations. Gruden also came out and said that Hatcher's actually a reason why a guy like Martavis Bryant was let go, because they had that much confidence in a guy like Hatcher. And as you can see, against the Seahawks, 8 catches, 128 yards. My next rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board here, Martavis, was he worth the risk? Whew. Now, Martavis was one hell of a roller coaster all offseason, guys. I get it. But was it worth the risk? I'm going to give this one Chucky head, small shred of truth, because he's not on the team anymore, and it's frustrating AF for me. So, the 3rd-round draft pick the Raiders traded Pittsburgh for Martavis Bryant in April became a sunk cost Saturday when Oakland waived the wide receiver and cut down to reach the roster limit. Head coach Jon Gruden, though, said Sunday that he does not consider the trade a mistake. Sorry, Gruden, I do. I think the guy has superb talent, Gruden said, but Bryant is doesn't have the offense down to a perfect science, and he's going to be criticized for that. And again, this is a reason why a guy like Keon Hatcher beat out a guy like Martavis. So was it worth the risk? I'm going to give this one Chucky head, guys, because guess what? I'm sorry. It wasn't worth the risk. We gave up a 3rd-round pick for nothing. My next rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board here is Jon Gruden. Well, was he not involved whatsoever in Khalil Mack getting traded? I'm giving this one 0 Chucky heads. Tuck rule. Tuck that. And it's because 2 reasons. One, if Jon Gruden wasn't involved, why isn't our head coach involved in the best player on our team being traded? That's the first thing. I understand Gruden said, I had nothing to do with it. My question then is why? Why don't you have anything to do with our best player being traded? We've heard the rumors offseason. I mean, I've been saying for the last month that Gruden has been talking about trading a guy like Mack because he wanted a lot of money, and they didn't want to put all that money into a guy like Khalil Mack and Derek Carr. Guys, I get it. However, I understand the Bears made the offer, but for Gruden to say he had nothing to do with it, even if that's true, that's so frustrating to me because why? Why is our head coach not involved with the best player on our team? Can anybody answer that question for me? Because I certainly can't. No doubt about that. Okay, guys, the next rumor I got for you guys coming up on the board here, and it's an interesting one. It's the Broncos are going to be AFC West champs. Well, this one is a rumor straight from Chat Sports, and it's actually straight from my roommate, Cam Rogers. And Cam, that's a joke, man. 1 Chucky head, small shred of truth. This has a 1% chance of happening in my book, and that's why I had to give it 1 Chucky head. So, today on the Cam Rogers Show, which you guys can check out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Cam had the balls to say the Broncos will win the AFC West. No, Cam. The Raiders are no longer contenders without Mack. Now, yes, sure, they're not as good without Mack, but to say that they're no longer contenders, not sure about that. The Raiders are going to finish 3rd in the division. Cam, I still don't know if I'm sold on that. But for you to have the audacity to say the Broncos are going to be the AFC West champs, that's laughable in my opinion. Because I think the Broncos are the worst team in the division. Sure, they have Case Keenum. Congratulations. Not all that good. But, Raider Nation, I know you guys hate the Denver Donkeys, and I want to know, how many wins will the Broncos have in 2018? Please comment below. If you think it's 0, maybe it's 0. If you think it's going to be 2, 3, 4, let me know. How many wins for the Broncos in 2018? Now, the Broncos, guys, they don't look so good. But you know who does look good? Well, I think I look okay in my Mizzen+Main supporting me out here underneath this shirt. If you guys want a Mizzen+Main shirt, I need you to go to www.comfortable.af because, guys, these shirts are indeed comfortable as F. They are the best damn dress shirt you will ever buy. Believe it, baby. Put it on the board. The next rumor I got for you guys coming up here on the board, DeAndre Washington is going to be traded. So, DeAndre Washington, Jalen Richard. These are 2 guys who I've been talking about a bunch on the show as potential trades. And, well, I'm going to give this one 2 Chucky heads because people are talking about a potential trade for a guy like DeAndre Washington. Now, Albert Breer wrote an article about players who could be on a tradable list. And he listed DeAndre Washington for the Oakland Raiders there. And this is one of those guys who, again, I've talked about numerous times because the Raiders are doing a coin flip between Jalen Richard or DeAndre Washington. And to be honest, if Chris Warren wasn't out for the season, which is absolutely kills me because Chris Warren was having an unbelievable preseason. If he wasn't out for the entire preseason, DeAndre Washington would have got cut because Chris Warren was absolutely balling out. There's a reason why you guys were calling him Baby Bo, am I right? So 2017, DeAndre Washington, 57 carries, 153 yards. That's 3.5 yards per carry, and then 2 touchdowns. Like, that's just not getting it done. Could he be traded? Sure, but, I mean, what are we actually going to get for a guy like Washington? Because, well, this current Raiders head coaching staff, they don't really think very highly of him, so maybe they just sell him for pennies on the dollar. Speaking of money, pennies on the dollar. If you guys want to win big, head over to FanDuel.com/chatsports. FanDuel.com/chatsports. If you guys think that you're smarter than me and want to challenge me on FanDuel all season long, that's what I need you to do. I need you to go to FanDuel.com/chatsports. You're going to make a new account. You're going to put $5 down. You're going to get $20 for free. So guess what? That's $25 in your pocket on FanDuel. And then you're going to slide on into my DMs, and you're going to be like, hey, Mitch, get at me. I want to challenge you on FanDuel, and I'm going to add you to my league. I'm going to be giving away prizes. I'm going to be giving away money, maybe nudes, maybe not. That's up to you guys to decide. FanDuel.com/chatsports.